fat ass mole. Fat face mole. You better rack off your mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole.
Welcome to Mole Patrol!
What is up, Mole?
Episode 6.
Yeah, I know.
The final episode.
The final episode.
Of the season, might we add.
Of the season. But of course, we do have bonus moles on our Patreon as well.
Absolutely.
So you guys can go over and watch and listen to those. But today, we are talking about public transport moles.
Yeah, and transport in general, probably the topic most close to both of our hearts, because all we do is spend our life on fucking various forms of transport, being breadcrumbs by shitty Ryanairs.
Or Ubers, or like fucking, dodgy...
Do you know, I've no issue with Bolt. Bolt has been consistent and it's very fairly
has
priced.
It? Oh god, not the... But I think that's the thing, like, so episode 1 we did talk a little bit about like airports and like Ryanair and this kind of stuff. But today we're talking about like that kind of like, you know, like public like the underground or like trains or...
we're coming full circle.
Yeah, or just coming full circle at the end, because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of moles on public transport.
There's the worst, like, so they've just introduced a law here in Ireland, now whether it'll be adhered to, that they're fining people €100 for playing like YouTube and music loud on their phone.
No way.
Yeah, £100 fine.
That's
but who's going to police that? Not the police.
What if they're like, what if you rock up to them and you're like, what are you watching? Oh, this looks good. They just pop a seat. They're like, but I think like public transport, like in terms of like,
it brings out the worst in people.
The metro or the underground in London. Yeah. But like, do you know what I feel like is the worst? Is like in New York, like on the subway there. Like that place is next level.
Do you know what? I kind of love New York because it's so exciting. I was there first when I was 21. And I remember I was getting the L train into the city, right? Into Manhattan from Williamsburg and Brooklyn. And I remember standing at the platform at the station, and there was rats everywhere. It was like Ninja Turtles, right? Yeah. Never forget just standing there. I was listening to my MP3 player. That'll tell you how long ago it was. And I remember seeing a bag of crisps just like scuttling along the edge, and there was a rat inside the bag of crisps wearing the crisp packet like a hermit crab, and he was just scuttling along. It looked like a cartoon. It was like...
Good to know that the animals of New York City are going well.
Sponsored by Doritos.
Sponsored by Doritos. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I sent you that reel the other day, but there was a woman on like the subway in New York, and she was grating her
fucking animal.
And it looked like Parmesan cheese.
That's
it was just like
absolute fucking animal. 5 years in prison.
Like,
throw away the key.
Everyone around the person
even if you're a foot fetishist sub and you're paying a dominatrix to do that to you,
and it was just dripping, like just floating down
your dead skin onto the floor of a fucking train. You are a fucking animal.
That is a mole.
That is a peak mole activity.
So we have a couple of moles of the week sent in by
They told her to apologise for being a mole.
Apologise, Becky.
Yeah, apologise, Becky. So we got a couple of moles sent in this week. So let's listen to the first one. Here we go.
Transit.
So my mole of the week is, I fair enough, I hadn't eaten breakfast. On a long drive.
That's already after.
I love that it's been prefaced with that as well, because everyone's going, all right, fair enough. Everyone's already given her a bit of a pass.
But do you know what I mean? I love about moles of the week and people send in, like, they always kind of give like, I probably wouldn't have, like, this wouldn't have been a story had I have done something. If I could have had breakfast, I probably would have been more sane of mind.
It's the equivalent as well when people get absolutely hammered, right? And then they're like throwing up and stuff, and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have had that kebab. I'm like, pretty sure it was the 17 points, 2 gin and tonics, and 4 Jaeger bombs.
Like, you can tell this person's going to be angry because they're hangry.
Yeah.
Breakfast, so.
Dropped my car off at the garage, needs new tyres. I'm pissed off about that anyway.
See, it's like layered.
Train back home. When I'm on the train, right, there is so many spaces on the train that this guy can sit. He sits next to me.
I hate
a classic.
This. I hate this. And I don't know if it happens to men, but it happens to me all the time.
Such a creepy fucking thing to do. Fuck off and sit in the empty seat, you weird cunt.
I find this a lot.
You know what I mean?
I find this a lot in Germany, right? You'll be on like a train.
Would you like a little pickle? Excuse me, can you tell me?
But you'll be on a train, right? And like it's a late night, there's like no one else like on a DB train, and like you have reserved seating, right?
Yeah.
And they probably have a reserved seat next to you, and instead of sitting anywhere
that's
else,
so German.
they'll be like, yeah, this is my seat, and you're like, there's a million other free seats.
I just moved.
Oh, yeah, I do in the end, but like crazy.
Right? And he's got his like headphones in, but he's like speaking to someone really loudly.
Oh my God.
And then like he's rooting around in his bag, and I'm just like, this already is so fucking obnoxious.
Pulling out a pickle.
And then I didn't think it could get any worse. And he pulls out a Tupperware of homemade tuna and sweet corn pasta.
Death sentence. Like
he's on the same level as the fucking foot grader.
He's on the same level as me opening up that dried fish on the plane from Reykjavik to
Maybe like foot grader and him could team up, and she could like finish his tuna pasta salad
with a bit of cheese with that.
You want some futtorino?
A little salt bay, just like
relaxo.
That's how I'd get him to move next to me. I'd be like, "Do you want some?"
Yeah, just like get your foot and use it as a hand and just grab a fistful of tuna and pasta out of his thing.
Do you know what? Then at that point, you just start doing the weirdest shit. I'd like take my socks off. I'd start like picking, like just all farting, like all this.
Or fart your hand, cup it, and then just go fart your hand, and then just go.
It smells better than that shit.
Yeah, I just need some respite from your tuna
on a train.
You're fucking. It's the most horrific.
And starts eating it and talking at the same time. Like the train.
Oh, and that's even worse because you're like spreading the smell.
Like call the police are to be called.
This is jail. This is jail.
It's empty and this guy is sat right next to me. It stinks. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I kind of want the tuna pasta.
Oh yeah.
It's just my mom of the week. Fucking asshole.
Could you like? Why would you even say you want that? That's like the worst thing.
I know, but imagine how hungry she must have been.
Yeah, she was like, that kind of smells good.
So it actually makes me gag even thinking about it.
That is so bad because it's like the thing. Like, I mean, I've spent a lot of time on German trains and a lot of trains around Europe.
They pull out some wild shit.
But that's it. They won't pay for anything at the train station, but they'll bring like a full.
Why would I pay for it when it is more economical to bring stuff with me from the supermarket?
Because I like sitting on where the table is, so you can get your laptop out and I could do some work when I'm on the train, right? And I was taking a train from like Denmark to Germany, and as soon as we crossed the border into Germany, these like German kids got on the train, and I knew they were German because they literally unpacked a full picnic in their like yogurt that looked warm, like so they're pulling out yogurt, they're pulling out fruit, they've got like knives, they're like cutting the cheese, they've got the meat, like the bread, and
they're
everything.
like building a fucking charcuterie board.
Yeah, but like not a good one, you know, like it's like. And I'm sitting there and I'm like slowly having to do my laptop.
Can you please pass over the sauerkraut?
But the yogurt was like warm. And it was like, and they're like eating this warm yogurt, and I was like, I moved. I was like, I can't. Like,
I can't. I just have no tolerance. Like the older I get, the more impatient I am, and I just can't handle it. Like, and I'm just like, I hope we develop as a society technologically enough that you just get into your train seat and you press a button and it just goes you know, like those pods at the airport where you can go for a sleep.
Pods that people die in, like the euthanasia pods.
Yeah, the same thing. Like, it's literally the same thing. That's how I want to die in that. You're just preparing for euthanasia.
Just like you know, you just like rest your
but like,
arm and like
they should have like some kind of sign, or before you get out the public transport, sign some sort of contract and just go, I promise I will not be a total cunt.
Yeah. But like now they have to have like the quiet carriages where people are talking on it and like whatever. But there should be a no eating carriage as well. Like that is just
nil by mouth carriage.
Yeah, because also on the flip side, if someone's eating like KFC, McDonald's, and you're like, fuck, that smells good.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're like,
but it also stinks as well. Like I was on. Have you ever flown on a Spirit Airlines in the States?
I've never done Spirit.
It's fucking rough.
I won't do it.
I flew. Where was I flying from? I was flying from Northern California, San Francisco down to San Diego, and I thought, California, this is gonna be like real, man. There was a guy got on like with a cat on a lead, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening, right? And then someone else got on, like loads of people started coming on with Burger King and like wearing Burger King hats. The seats were filthy. It's like a Greyhound bus, and it's fucking all like it's like a cinema from the early 80s in Ireland. It was fucking horrendous. And all these like mental people like pouring on top of it, and they're there with their fucking cats on leads and Burger King, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I like that reminds me, like, so you know, like in Europe we take like Flixbus or like you can take a bus, and it's like
we got some amazing when we were doing that tour. Those buses were
Oh,
quality.
in the Baltics, like when we went from
big
like,
shout out to the Baltic buses.
Yeah, we
Phenomenal.
went from from Estonia down to like Riga and then down to Vilnius and like all on this like amazing ride. And
it's like 25 quid and you had like a sweet recliner.
Yeah, and it was like full fast Wi-Fi, amazing. But like I remember when I was in the States years ago touring, and I had to take Greyhound buses because like I was still so in the mindset of like, oh, it's a bus like Europe, like you know even though Flixbus is shit, but I was like, okay, and I got on a Greyhound bus, and like
it's how people get out of the state when they've murdered.
Like legitimately, and then I got to Portland, and I was taking a Greyhound bus like from Portland down, I think, to Seattle or vice versa, and
do you have toilets on them?
I don't know because I didn't end up getting on that bus because this guy out the front was clearly like not in his right like mind and I think homeless as well.
Jesus.
And he was like talking to us, he's like, hey man, like you think they're gonna take my ID? And he pulls out like a literally photocopied version of like a driver's license, and I'm like, oh, and he's like, do
you have to show ID on it?
And he's like, you think they're gonna do it? And he's like doing this, and I was like, oh, I'm like, I don't know. And then like my mate was like, why?
I don't know, I'm from Geelong.
Yeah, but my mate was like, why are you scratching? And he's like, I think I got bed bugs, but it's okay. I'll sit in the back. And we're just like,
oh my
calling an Uber,
Jesus.
calling an Uber, and literally took an Uber because I was like, I'm not getting on that bus. Like,
I remember being on some flight in Asia, and I remember I did a little tour in Asia, and I think it was like we did 12 dates over like 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah. And I remember being on this flight, and I just happened to look out the windows at the window seat. And all I see is this person's like knuckled foot. They're basically making a fist with their disgusting foot, and it was right there, and it was like all bunioned up, and I was like, right. And then I didn't know what to do. I was like one of the only white people on the plane, so I didn't want to be like that guy either, right? So I ended up getting like the little the thing that goes over the headrest, you know, like the piece of fabric, and I just because I like a few times I was like blowing on it and stuff. I was like, I looked and it was just this guy, and he's just like out cold having a snooze. So I ended up like putting the little thing over. It was like I'd found a dead body in the woods, and I was just like putting a like CSI blanket over it, like over his fucking hoof foot talon. What is wrong with people?
I don't know, but this one time I was actually in Denmark, like Danish people as well, like even more like awkward on trains. And I remember I was sitting there.
Just when you thought we were the best.
Yeah. And my boyfriend at the time was sitting opposite me, and then there was like a person sitting next to him, like an old woman, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like playing footsies with him.
Oh no way, no.
And then I was like, oh wow, he's being so lovey-dovey. And then I look at him, and I was like, and I look down, and it's the woman next to him, but she had no shoes or socks on. It was just a bare foot, like
you like interlocking toes with like a strange woman. That's like proper.
I know, and I was like,
that's literally my fucking nightmare. Just like in a sweet embrace, you know, like those toe separators.
Oh yeah, just like you get a pedicure
locked into some old folk.
Honestly, like it was so bad.
I like praying.
But the fact that it was like no socks, like it was just a bare foot. I was like,
so fucking awful.
Anyway, let's move on.
Next one. Next transit mall.
Transit mall.
Okay, my of the week.
Sorry, I just love this one. Okay. Where's this guy from?
This one's from North London.
Oh, North London. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Parking situation. I've gone to the gym. There's no parking spaces. Some absolute slag has parked his motor bang in the middle of two spaces.
I want to be friends with this guy. I feel like he'd be like someone I'd call if I need to get rid of a body, you know?
There's nothing funnier than a man calling another man a slag. It's fucking brilliant.
I've pulled in the drop-off bay. Go to reception, let them know I've done it and why. They said, you can't park there, you get a ticket. I said, fair enough. Someone's leaving. I'll follow them around and I'll take their space. So I do that. Okay. As I'm backing into space, someone who's just pulled into the car park minutes before has beeped at me and given me a dirty look. She's opened her window and called me an arrogant prick for taking her space.
So he's already in the car park. Has gone into reception. They're like, you can't park there. So then he waits. Space is free. He reverses into it. So then someone's obviously coming into the car park and they think there's a space. But he just goes in. But if he's already in the car park, obviously he was there first.
But people don't. I think they don't think, they just think, oh no, like
That's
first in
mine.
first serve. Yeah,
Dibs.
yeah.
Another one opened up. I pointed to her. I said, just park over there, darling. I'll carry back in.
Don't. That's also like, that's like the relax, or like if you tell someone to relax,
Oh,
or
I
like
just feel so relaxed.
yeah, it just feels so relaxed. But like, oh, it's all right, darling. There's another one over there, darling.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
As she's driven off, she told me to fuck off. I parked my car. I've walked towards her to try and explain, look, I didn't steal your space. I've been around the car park 3 times. First come, first serve.
Fair.
As I walked towards her, she started shouting again and telling me to fuck off. I thought, there's no point.
Piss off, you know. Do you know what? I love these kind of fights. Like I don't really get into them often, but like I feel like it's like there's something in you that's.
But it happens to everyone every day. Like
Yeah.
we're all going through these series of microaggressions all the time.
I know.
How did it
I'm
end?
an arsehole. So I'll just walk away. So I'm walking in front of her car. She's put it in drive and driven her car at me. Right, she's trying to run me over. I jumped out of the way. The car still hit me. I jumped out of the way. Instinctively, I booted her motor. And I did call her an horrible, nasty cunt.
That's really gone, pardon the pun,
Escalated.
from 0 to 100 in the space of like 3 seconds.
That's why people kill each other over cars parking spots, right?
Let me see, what's a good one for this one? He goes,
What are those moles doing?
What are those spots doing?
I shouldn't have done, but she was. My question is this. The fuck did I do wrong there? Why am I such an arsehole magnet in a minute? It seems like every day some arsehole rolls out of bed, Googles my name and tries to fucking find me. Cunt.
I just love that little cunt at the
I
end.
love the little pregnant pause.
Oh my god, yeah, just cunt.
The English are amazing at using the word cunt. I don't feel the harshness of it as an Irish person.
no.
You
As an
don't
Australian,
either,
no.
no. But that's spectacular. Like
That's amazing.
people are so mental.
In car spots, like that's the thing. Like
I-
you always hear people getting like angry and like wanting to like kill people.
like road
over
rage
cars.
incidents and stuff. And the thing that I find insane as well, I think because people are in a car. I remember going for a run with my mate. It was pre-COVID, like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Down at the beach near where I live, and we were bollocks. Like we did like a 10k run or something. We were running back, and the traffic was really slow, right?
Yeah.
And there's like, say there's 20 meters, and the traffic wasn't moving in front, right? So this guy had no rush to get from there to there.
Yeah.
Now, there was at least 30 feet between us. We were running and we just crossed the road.
Yeah.
And he shouted out the window at the two of us, and he's like, you fuck. And like, we didn't run in front of him. Like, he was like 30 feet away and was barely moving.
Yeah.
So there was like, I could have ran over and back across the road 15 times before. Do you understand what I mean? And he said something, and I just went, who the fuck do you think you are? So I ran up to his window. I said, what the fuck are you saying? And he's like, you could tell him he was this like balding ginger, little angry bearded little fucking weasel. And because he's in his car, and I'm like, you just shouted at two lads. If you're gonna shout and be a prick to someone, and you better be able to back it up.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always say. Like, if you're gonna go for it, you better be able to go for it.
Yeah.
It's me and my mate, and my mate's a real passive. I said, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, get out of your fucking car. And he's like, and then he's like fucking scrambling to put the window. And I'm like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes
Because
people...
they feel more powerful in their car.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's madness, like, and it's... Yeah, I understand people get frustrated and stuff like that as well, but it's like...
I mean, it's also that thing of like when you see like mums at pickup, like of like school pickup. Like I can understand. Like,
yeah,
it's
that's
like,
chaos.
That's like I feel
Yeah.
like fucking I want to kill someone
Yeah.
if I drive through that traffic. Like it's awful.
One of my favourite things actually that ever happened years ago, there was a girl I was seeing, this fucking Jesus man, this is over 10 years ago,